Right. Starting to record this, I realized that my last video said map 24, but I actually did map 25. And that was right, because the video before that was 24. So my bad for the naming issue. But anyway, lately I've been playing Resident Evil 4 Remake and Resident Evil 4 the original. I just haven't been doing that much doing. That's okay, you know, you always come back to doing, right? No music, let's fix that. So, RE4 Remake, I don't know, I've got kind of mixed feelings on it so far. I feel like sometimes the mechanics just don't work. But also it's cool that they added a lot more, so I don't know. I remember I was listening to a video about competitive TF2, the game that I played like 1 hour while I did this. And I will say, blue! Finally a new color in Judgement. Everything else has been green. So this is Judgement retrial map26 on the Mega. Now I've been playing a little bit of just practicing Foremost Map 3. I did post Foremost Map 1 and 2. Map 3 is a 3,000 monster slaughter map. It's really hard. There are 3-ish fights that I don't really have a consistent strategy for. So, I don't know what to tell you. The rest of it, though, I feel pretty good about, and I can do just about every time. So, I think I will get it eventually if I just throw enough tries into it. But also, I want to practice those rooms. Maybe I can figure something out. Even if it's just raising the probability. Alright, let's say something about this map. This is map 26. First blue map of the WAD, like I already said. And that's really cool. It is extremely reminiscent of Anthracian Legacy map 28. I think it was map 28, maybe it was 29, where you have almost this big spire that you're climbing up and there's different layers of it. Maybe I'm just thinking of Anthracian Legacy because I talked about it in the last video. Maybe because this is a blue map, Anthracian Legacy is blue, so it's more of a lighter. But also, this is quite a large level. Yeah, the monster count is pretty normal, only 600. So it doesn't feel like a lot, but it's mostly bigger monsters or enemies at range. So there's more resistance than it might seem. And I'm just doing a little bit of a mic check here. Yeah, we're good. Keeping it safe. And this beginning area has like a million ways to go. You can get the chain gun early, you can get the berserk, secret, you can go for the rocket launcher right away, which I actually didn't pick up, but the rocket launcher is over there. I think I forgot to take it. You can get the plasma by the bridge. You can do stuff in whatever order you like. I went for the super shotgun first, because that's mostly an infighting area anyway. In this area I can retreat, so I did this next. And the chain gun area, I did that pretty early too, because you use a chain gun in the chain gun area. It's not like other weapons really help that much. Fighting enemies on the stairs is always awkward. I remember having quite a bit of difficulty on this level, even though, if you're watching this, you're probably thinking, it doesn't look too bad so far. And I agree. I don't really know why I had so much of a challenge here. I don't think this is that hard of a level. Certainly, it's one of the harder ones so far. But, you know, this hasn't been the most challenging. Not that. Let's just speed this up a bit. I mean, this area is pretty tough. You know, I've only got 100 health and low armor. So, somehow we gotta get through these revenants. They take like 7-ish rockets, I think. Yikes, that was a little embarrassing. And just get all the health I can get before we move on. I don't remember how much backtracking is available in this level. I'm pretty sure you can backtrack about as much as you want. Alright, so we've got Pain Elementals and I think Archviles here. Yep. Yeah, my strategy is kill the Vile and just hope the shotgun is kill me. Now, I had this realization, I probably used more of the plasma that's modified than the original plasma. Because almost every WOD mods the plasma, just to be quieter. I died in this next segment a lot of times too. There are a bunch of Archviles and a lot of imps. I just don't really think this is an area you should be dying. I don't know. I don't think I'd played it that well. These guys, you gotta respect them. You can't let them get too close. Because they really hit hard. There's the one Archvile up there, and I think there's one that's gonna spawn. There he is. Doing my best to stay out of the sniper vile's line of sight. Personally, just talking about formless again, I would really like to. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, you can see me react to that. Yeah, because theoretically you could give a Pinky, right? Pinkies have 150 health, and the punch can do upwards of 200. So why not? You know, it's cool that they added that in. They being, I think it's Reykjavik who made this. Reykjavik. I know that's definitely the name I remember, but I don't know if it's right. Shooting the super shotgun vertically is so annoying. Ooh, leaving the soul sphere behind. Because I feel confident that I can get through this without it. Wait. That I recognize that sound from the super shotgunner. That's from Quake, right? Okay. Is that a Quake sound too? Or is that from Blood? I think it's Alright, so that's island number 1 out of... I forgot to take the soul sphere! I left it behind! Oh my god. Soul sphere! I might get blasted by this archvile off of the world and not have a soul sphere. I mean, look, I almost died because I didn't take the soul sphere. I better go back and get that thing. Because, you know, I recorded this like a while ago. So I'm just watching and talking about it as we go. Okay, I guess there's some ammo in there for the secret. Finally, going back to get this thing. There were 2 soul spheres and I left both? Why? Why not just take one and pick up the other one later? Whatever. Maybe we're gonna find out and we're gonna remember. Also, another random partial invisibility is over here. Why are there so many? Okay, maybe I was right to leave the partial invisibility, the soul sphere, because this room is actually pretty low. There's pain elementals, archviles, damaging floor, those guys who teleport towards you from Doom 3, and I want to use rockets with all the heavy enemies, but then you blow yourself up on the lost souls or the teleporting guys. And then the next area has other scary stuff. This is like the 96 Baron. I think it's the same pattern every time, I'm not sure. Oh, that was a good nuke rhythm. That's cool. You know what I could really go for though is some armor. Also the box of bullets I just left behind. Oh, I see. Okay, we're going for this left one first, because you have to go to the left and the right. But I want to do this left one first to get the armor. Okay. I definitely died a lot in this area, because there's a cyber demon. And it's just difficult to manage in this fairly tight space. Especially with these teleporting guys. If I remember right, I mostly shot them. But also it's been a while, so... That's an interesting thing they do with the pillars. They just have one shot with the super shotgun. Because the revs get replaced by the vials, and then they get replaced by with the helmet. What the heck is going on with this pillar? Why are there so many enemies left? What? I guess I would explain why I went with the cyber demon first. Spawn more enemies. Holy. Yeah. So I guess it would be a bad idea to still be ending on the pillar when the cybers are around. Because then you would get cacos and they would block you. Really weird. Really, really weird. But let's just mic check because I bumped the thing. It looks bad. Over here, just keep this down. Alright, now let's go get the key. This is a classic type of room. Dragon jumps around on the turret position. Especially with verticality. I wish I could say I'm doing amazing dodging, but I'm really not. I'm just going fast. And they're not really getting a chance to attack. And I think we're going to see one of those Black Baron. Yep. 2. Oh, wow. I was about to say it aloud. Don't get close to him when he dies. Because they explode. Alright. So let's get that soul sphere. Oh wow, I didn't remember this guy. Retrial spawns when you get the soul sphere. Interesting. Okay. We better get to a big fight here, because I've been holding off that soul sphere for like 10 minutes now. Also 20 damage for losing my mind. I'm pretty sure it's a point of no return at least for a while. So I think it's just a lot of enemies here. Yeah, the door is locked. So, oh, there's another one. This one. Also, as far as I can tell, it looks like that animation uses older animations for the pinky. Modifies it slightly. Because the pinky was originally going to like explode every time. I think we're gonna get a lot of flying enemies here. That's scary. Oh, it's just these guys. It's not too bad. They do seem to shoot faster projectiles than regular tacos. Alright, get on with it. Come on. Whoa, there are a million pinkies and they didn't see me. That's funny. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but this Baron sprite is shared with Tangerine 90. I should try playing that bonus level Tangerine Nightmare again. The one that is really, really hard. Umbreon Nils. The level's gotta be really something to remember the name. Okay. Oh my gosh. Finally. Remember, Manx are like weirdly tall. So what's going on here? I hear a lot of revs. So I imagine there should be a rev in all of those little boxes. But first, this room I practiced a lot. Because I died here a bunch of times and like, I don't want that to keep happening. 19.5 minutes in. Which is about when you get the BFG for almost map 3 map. So there's a Cyber Demon there. There are Hell Knights here, there are Hell Knights to the right, and there are Barons protecting the Cyber. And I just figure I gotta get to a safe place away from the Cyber. And and this seems to work out pretty well. Hell Knights in this configuration, you can hold them off with the rockets. So next Next up, hit the switches. We'll pick up the beautiful BFG. And then these guys mostly just didn't fight normally. So that went really well. But, you know, you gotta be looking at the Hell Knights and, like, magically dodging the Cyber Demon without looking at them. You get in that position. Beautiful. I think I would just take it, yeah. I know it's not optimal, but I guess I could have fired one. Alright, I'm just gonna fast forward through. The shooting of the Revenants really slow, yeah. This is a cool map. There are a lot of choices you can make. It looks cool. The order you can do things is cool. The progression feels cool. The arena fights are good. But stuff like that where you're just picking enemies off on the pillar, I don't really get the point. Alright, let's go to the third island. This room really reminds me of that Antreacian Legacy level. Okay, so the way this works, there are enemies on either side. Clear those out, and you hit like a button or something. It spawns in the first wave. You hit a button, it spawns in the second wave. But you have a lot of space to maneuver because it's such a large area. You also have the BFG. I'm doing my best to keep as much of my BFG as I can for the last one. Which is right after this. I think it's like 200 enemies in the last run. And you can see I'm not particularly worried about my health here because there are the superchargers. You see me looking around a lot. I think that's because in practice I've died to Cacos, unknowing that they were around. So that first arachnid point, this is something I've been working on lately. Use the BFG early, even if it's not efficient, because then you have the space to be efficient. Alright, so we're targeting. And then we can clean up the profits. Speed through very slowly, rocking down the horde of Cacos. You really got to be careful here, because they can fly super high up and make you eat a rocket, or just shoot you in a way you can engage with, because they can climb up the walls. So, I don't know if Decino's ever talked about this, actually. I've probably gotten it, frankly. Whatever the case, Cacos can't fly higher than they have been, unless they're climbing a wall, which there's a wall right here, so it gives them easy access to fly really high. So yeah, if you've ever seen a Caco, like, oddly hugging the ground, that's why. It's also one of the very rare cases where you can't describe a monster purely by its health, who it's targeting, step count, and type. Because Cacos do care, and Pain Elemental do care how high they've been. So I think that's everybody. I'm sure by the time I played this level, I had the number memorized. But at this point, I don't. It's been a while. For how many before going to the final area? The way I see it, if you know what the last digit is, you're good to go. Because you're not going to be off by exactly 10. That's just very improbable. So, alright, here we go. Last area. I don't know why there's a plasma rifle. Focusing on the pain elementals. Focusing on the pinkies not blocking. Get that pain elemental. There are cybers in the center. If I remember correctly, what they want you to do is, like, wait for the cybers to go to the center, something. I don't know. And then kill them. But I don't know. I was a scaredy cat and I just shot the rockets. And I used all my BFG on the Revenants. Because if the Revenants are dead, I'm not getting shot by homing rockets. I don't have to deal with stray rockets in fighting. If the pinkies are dead, I don't have to get stuck. Which, by the way, I just died there when I got stuck for a moment. So, also, that guy got killed. This is troubling. There's an arch file. There's still a lot of pinkies. There's still a pain elemental. I don't have an BFG left. It's only one arch file too, and it's giving me such trouble. And not even like he's attacking me. I'm not doing it. No, there's another vial right there. Ping, good, we got more BFG. What I would have liked to see, I think, is these cyber demons, after maybe a minute or two, they go into the central area. Or maybe the ring. I think the ring would be better rather than the central area. Because as is, they're in a really awkward position to go with BFG. So it's like, what do you do? Rocket them? I guess so, because I have 100 rockets. So I gotta deal with that arch file in the center, right? There we go. That was good movement to not get blasted by a rocket, because I was still moving forward the whole time. And so there we go. That is basically the whole map. A couple stragglers here I'll slowly chip away at. But yeah, this was a good map. I like the progression with the 3 islands. I like that we're moving to blue. You know how I feel about dark gray or dark blackish plus 1 monochrome color. Stardate does it. Sunlust does it with orange or green. Stardate does it with purple. Stardate does it with pink, depending on which Stardate you're on. Antaresian Legacy uses blue. This uses blue. Fractured Worlds uses blue. Formless uses red. It's great. I will say though, why is there a partial invisibility in that one area? And why was there a plasma rifle in this last area? What is going on with the seemingly random items in this map set? Does it have something to do with the whole mega violence difficulty thing? I genuinely have no idea, because it is a little weird. There's so many of those partial invisibilities or the random plasma rifle. So I don't know. If I would like to know one day what is going on. Oh, by the way, I finished. Where is it? TQC, the Quinnery Conundrum. So that is a sequel to Lost Magic. That WAD that I posted like 7 maps of, I did finish it, but I never posted the rest. I did finish the Quinnery Conundrum. I did like it a little bit more. It is mostly in the same vein, but I do think it's better. Anyway, I think it's a lot better. I didn't really like Lost Magic that much, but I liked it enough that I tried the sequel, and I like the sequel, and I did all the maps for it. So maybe in like a million years when I get around to posting that, it exists. All right.